What's up guys, it's Captain Production 72 and welcome to a review of 7749 Echo Base from 2009. This set was released in 2009 in the UK with the price tag of $19.99 or in the US with $24.99 US. So this set was part of the 10th anniversary line back in 2009. You can tell because the box art is different. See, the standard boxes in 2009 had clone art, which I will show in a moment. But the difference is, obviously the black border to look kind of like, the 1999 boxes. So I think they also used it in 2000 as well. And it has kind of the original trilogy up there with all those characters. And of course they have the yellow skin and whatnot because that's what the original characters look like. And if you come down here, you will find the little Lego Star Wars 10-year anniversary 1999 to 2009. So this has got a really cool box. You've got some explosions, you've got your kind of battle going on here with the snowtroopers versus the Hoth Rebel Troopers. You even get the Tauntaun. And I'll admit, this art on here was quite decent. This is one of my favourite boxes. Let's have a look at the back. So coming around the back here, yes, unfortunately is a push tab box, so those never really stay in very well afterwards. You get to see the features, and I just love the way these old boxes look. Funny enough, unlike most boxes from this era, they don't advertise any other sets on the back. So you got Han Solo with the Tauntaun, you can show you the cannon's features, you can flick some missiles with it, you can make that explode, and there's that, the whole feature there, right in there. On the top you get your 1-to-1 scale of Han Solo with, again, all the kind of stars in the background, which is kind of cool. So the first minifigure you get in this set is Han Solo in his Hoth outfit. So this is one of those, this is before we had pupils on the eyes. Funny enough, the Clone Wars minifigures were the first to technically have that, even though they look animated, but this is before we quite had that. I think it was 2010 that really started to come into play. Nothing on the back, but the front is really where it's at with this minifigure. You do get a really cool parka hood piece if you remove that. Of course, there's no double-sided printing. You do not get hair with him, funny enough. You just get this, you just get the parka hood. You do get a set of binoculars for him. He does have that old-style face, which I know it's not the most accurate-looking thing, obviously, but it's kind of my favourite face for Han Solo. It just works. Maybe it's because it's the retro version, I don't know. Really cool minifigure. A few other minifigures, well, Han Solo used this body as well, and several other versions. The 2004 version used it, 2006, and the 2011 Echo Base all used this torso. So yeah, Lego definitely got the use out of that. Really cool minifigure. I do like these legs in tan because normally they will show up in brown, or most of the sets he's in, they were in brown. They no longer use this leg print, and it did appear in blue once or twice, but really cool to see it in tan. This next minifigure you do get two of in the set, and it's another really cool minifigure that you get in this set. I do really like this one a lot. This is before they come out with the actual special headpiece for helmet. They're just using like kind of standard pilot helmets with the goggles. So this is the same as the 2007 version, just with the new goggles. It's a basic minifigure, but it's still really cool looking at the same time. Like, I wouldn't build an army of this particular version, but I don't mind having a couple, and they're really cool because they have that retro look. They do have the grey arms and the white legs. Obviously nowhere along the detail that you would get now, but still pretty good detail. You do get two of them, which is pretty cool. Another minifigure in this set that you will get two of is the Snowtrooper. So this is the kind of, I think, the second iteration of the Snowtrooper. The first one used a very kind of clone-like body and had this helmet. This helmet was around probably up until about, I want to say 2014. But no, this is like one of the OG versions with the actual proper body and stuff. You get a kind of standard side blaster. You do not get anything on the face. In fact, you still don't get anything on the face. The only time these guys ever got any face prints was in 2012 when they on the balaclava head, kind of like the original Jango Fett head, which they don't quite use anymore. And he just has a standard blaster. You get two of them. I think if this set was released today, or any time in the last kind of couple of years, it would have stud shooters, and I'm sorry, I don't like those. And you technically get a 6 minifigure in the set, so just to recap, you got Han Solo, 2 Hoth Rebel Troopers and 2 Snow Troopers, but you also get a Tauntaun, and this was this minifigure's first appearance, or big mold or character, whatever you want to call them. They go by quite a few names. This was its first appearance, and to have it appear in a cheap set, I don't think you would get that. In fact, I think the last time we saw these was about 6 years ago in the quote-unquote UCS Hoff set, which is really just in reality a Master Builder series set was the last time we saw one of these. It'd be the same for the Wampa. You don't really get any more big molds anymore, so the fact this one came in a cheap set was quite good. It does have multiple pieces, like the horns do come off, like I'll demonstrate, see, the horns do come off. That little thing around his mouth that Han can hold on to does come off. I am not taking it off, mostly because I don't particularly want to have to put it back in. It is quite annoying to put in there. I usually get a saddle which you can take out. They don't, in some sets, I'm sure they provide you a little brick that you can put there, so it would look like a wild tauntaun as if it's not, got the saddle. You do get this saddle piece which, as far as I'm aware, is the same one they use on horses and other LEGO themes. You cannot move his legs or his tail, but you can get some posability out of his hands. You can also take Han in there. You can put his binoculars on. I don't really want to because this is one of those LEGO colours. It's brittle. I will do it, but I'm going to be very gentle about it. Yeah, I kind of don't want to do that. But you can do it. I just don't particularly want to, snap the LEGO pieces because I've seen a lot of people who in LEGO groups that I'm in, and this is meant to be one of those pieces that snaps really easily. And here we have Han Solo. He can hold that rope piece quite well. Again, I would put this on. I'm just not risking it. This set has survived quite a while. I actually got the set new in box a couple of years ago, and I'm trying to keep it as nice as I can. Let's move on to the next little build you get. Alright, so the next thing you get is an E-Web blaster cannon, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it's for your snowtrooper to use. So, you get a little power pack for it. There's more modern versions of these being released. Of course, with the new kind of Hoth minifigure pack, you're getting kind of newer versions of these, but it's quite cool to get one of these kind of whips. I think these pieces are also used as whips, like kind of like a circus piece. You get little legs and a little stand. It's an alright looking blaster cannon. You can fit a stormtrooper on. Let me just do that. And of course, we can fit on, as you would expect. Works out quite well. Can come off quite easy. Those are the same kind of handlebars using like LEGO kind of ATVs and stuff. But you get these little legs, they'll fall off. These little leg pieces here, the little leg levers, they will fall off constantly. But yeah, it does the job quite well, and it looks really cool with the minifigure on. And something you don't see often in LEGO sets is you get a little crate as well. So you can move this little tile, which I suppose makes it look like it's been snowed on. And of course it's empty, but you can put the LEGO binoculars in, like so. I think you can, yep. And you can close it on up like that, and it looks really good. Let's get on to the actual build itself. Alright, so the build itself is pretty cool, and it's actually decent-ish size for what you get. This is one of those older sets that has really good value for money that you just don't quite get anymore, to be completely honest. Again, the most recent version to something like this would have been in 2016 of something called Hoth Attack. It was relatively in the same price range, it just doesn't offer as much, you didn't get a tauntaun or anything. But this can split into two sections, like so. Just at this point here, you can split it. And then it'll be in two different sections. So, you can maybe have your trench here, or your cannon here, or I don't know. It's possible, and you can also hook it, and if you want it to be even further away, you can take it out this and put it into this little hole here. And this is one of those sets where the possibilities are kind of endless. So, I'm gonna unclip the sections and we'll look at the turret first. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at here is the turret. So it is quite a good looking turret. I'd say it even holds up today, although I feel like today they would put probably a sticker or something. So this thing does have quite a few features that I often forget about when it's sitting on the shelf, which is quite good. So if you open up this top bit, and this is the bit that always gets me, is you can actually fit a minifigure in there. So let's put one of the Hoth troopers in there. Just remove his blaster and he will fit in like so. As you can see, he fits in there quite nicely. Obviously, you would remove his weapon, it just makes sense, but no, it's quite one of those hidden features. It doesn't look like you could fit a minifigure in it, but I do like that it can do that. If you come to the back here, you do get these kind of, this thing you can push. And you see that thing there? Well, if you look at these bits at the front next to the cannon, you can push this in, and it is not the best system, I'll admit. See, this is from that era when flick fire missiles were everywhere, and sometimes you got some crazy gimmicks on how to shoot them, so if I pull it right back in. Yeah, that's as far as they went. We'll try we'll give it one more try and then we'll move on to the next feature, see if we can get it to work a bit better. I don't know if we can, but we'll see where we go with it. Let's 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's not the best feature in the world, but they do work quite well. Ish. Alright, we're zoomed right in at the bottom here for the next feature. Let's get to focus. Right, so this also has another feature that a lot of these turrets seem to have, which I think is quite cool, and it's another thing I forget about. So we can open this here, it's on a hinge point, you can open this and you have a little area where, I don't know, maybe you want to hide your other rebel trooper. Let's see, you can fit him in there, even with his backpack on, which is one of the cooler parts. To go in. There we go, even shuts with the blaster. Really cool feature, again, if you want to hide him. I like that idea, and you can take them straight back out. You don't break anything, it's easy to use. Close it right back up. It isn't the best at the bottom, it sticks all, but no, that's a really cool feature. Alright, so basically moving on to the trench part, so we're going to connect them both back together. One moment. Alright, here they are put back together. So we turn it right on round, here's the feature. So this is an okay looking wall, I will say. It does look okay. Not the most detailed one, but if you come around the back here, this is where your main feature is, right? Zoom in. Right, so also that crate that you get, I'm going to take the binoculars out because I'll forget they're in there, can be placed on the back here. It just shows you, so it shows you that in the instructions, so I'm just going to put it there. You get room for both of your rebel troopers. So if I take them and put them on like so, just get the other one. This is one of the cooler features in the set, although if this set is one of those small ones that just had a lot of features to it. So you can have both of your rebel troopers. They look better with the goggles up, by the way. So you can have them there, you could bring in Han on the Tauntaun. Obviously this is not 100% accurate, because he was in the Hoth, the Echo Base hangar. You can put that there, you could move that back, put that there. You could probably have him just sitting there with the gun. If he doesn't want to drop it, that is. Get it right in. Shooting there, you can have the other one here. And this is where this set shines, at least from play value wise. So you can have him shooting there, setting the whole scene. But that little play at the back does a little feature. If you take the set and press down, you can. That's a cool feature. Let me show you it from the back. Alright, here we are again from the back, just to show you one more time. So if you put your finger on this little plate here and push down, it only did one there because he was not placed. You can choose to not place them on that. So if I take that, click it there, move this one over one stud, you can put your finger here and it launches them right off. So onto the instructions. Looks exactly like the box does. Again, pretty cool instructions. You get to see some of the building steps, some of the features, just the kind of stuff you'd see in instructions. And if we go right to the back, because it says 2009 and you still got cool things, you got to see all your features presented for you right at the back, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this is one of the, for some reason mine does not have the other sets advertised, but you get to see other things you could get back then. Like I've done a review on that. I don't own the other two sets, but no, that's pretty cool. So the final verdict: should you buy this set 13 years later in 2022? Yes. It offers something that other sets don't own. You get 6 minifigures, that is, if you do include the Tauntaun mode. And count that. 6 minifigures alone is a reason to get this. Obviously, nowadays you're going to be paying a lot more for this, but this is one of those ones, surprisingly, isn't that high up in value. I mean, I don't know why. One other thing is, on a shelf, this can fit next to any other Hoth set and look perfectly fine. It does really well there. For instance, I have it next to the 7666 Hoth Rebel base from 2007. It looks great next to that. And it just works with any other Hoth set, so I would highly recommend this set just for that. The minifigures, obviously, these minifigures all came in other sets, I think. As far as I'm aware, the Rebel Troopers didn't. In the hand, I'm not too sure about, but the Snowtroopers obviously were in about 100 other sets, but I highly recommend this one, so yeah. that's another review done. I'll see you hopefully on Friday for an episode of Figure Friday. If not, see you next Tuesday for another review. Thanks for watching.